Am I here? I'm here. What's going on, guys? I mean, I'm here in Canada. I'm here in Toronto. As you can see, I tried to give you guys a good backdrop. I mean, it's a little bit weird. I have quite a tan going on. So, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Stock Watch Sunday. If you're visiting for the first time, usually I'm doing this in America, but I'm here in Toronto for a conference with my partner Jake. Christian is coming up as well. Super excited for that. But nevertheless, Stock Watch Sunday never stops. And so we are here. So the top 5 stocks that I'm watching this week, we will cover those very shortly. But first, I want to invite you to join our community. It's over at WeTrade HQ. We have over 4,200 members from around the globe learning and growing and celebrating each other's success. Go check it out. It's not just specifically dedicated to penny stocks, even though this channel is. It's actually meant to include everybody, whether you're trading ETFs, Forex, big board stocks, options, no matter what you're trading in the market, we want WeTrade HQ to be the place for you. So go check that out. I will show you the website as well. It's absolutely free to join. Doesn't cost you anything. But we do have mentors that are available to you as well. If you're looking to step up your game, go check that out. The links are in the description for my mentorship, where I go live with folks from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern time. We go over potential movers throughout the day before the bell, and then after the bell, we have our plan and we execute it accordingly. So go check that out. Links are in the description below. So what's going on, guys? Just welcoming some other folks here. I know I was out. So if you guys don't know, I was out on a boat on Friday. Look for that video to come out. Caught a monster catfish. It was actually pretty cool. So that video will be coming out. I'm loving the comments that are rolling through, guys. What's going on, Raquel? Driver Dave, Smash Mac, Joker. What's going on, Jan? Good to see you, Samir. Yeah. So what's going on, Rural Dad, Jeff? What's going on, man? Yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward to going to visit the CN Tower. I'm trying to get some tickets to the Raptors game as well. Christian and I are really trying to get to that game on Tuesday. So they're playing the night down here, but hopefully the Bucks don't knock them out before we get a chance to see them. And so, yeah, what's going on, Scooter Magooter and Alan? As per the usual, some of my familiar faces. Good to see you guys. What's going on, Abdul? When are you coming to London, England? Good question. I would love to come to London. That would be great. Maybe it'll happen. Maybe it'll happen this year. We'll see. So let's go ahead and get started. So for you guys who don't know about the platform that I have, it is WeTradeHQ.com, where you can type in your favorite ticker and do due diligence on it. You can do technical analysis here, as you can see, with our integrated trading view charts. I can pull up my Bollinger Bands. I can pull up my RSI, whatever your favorite indicator is. You can pull that up and do technical analysis, identify your supports and resistances and all that good stuff. But then you can also talk about it amongst your friends over here in our integrated forum as well. There's news. You can talk to folks on Discord about it as well. And it's really just a great platform to be a part of. We have, again, over 4,200 members worldwide. As you can see, I was sharing some of my views from Toronto. So, yeah. Here's the first stock we're going to be talking about, and it's PRED. A lot of people just call it PRED for short, so I will do the same. PRED is a great stock to be in, I think, right now. There's a lot going on with it. Looks as if that potentially PRED could be uplisted to NASDAQ very soon, as early as next week. Why? Well, if we look at it here, we go to some of the recent news. They did request to uplist to NASDAQ as of May 2nd. They have a lot of other things going on here, though, too. What is it that they do? Why are they so valuable? Looking at the chart here, obviously you can see it went from well under $1, and now it's all the way up. It had highs of $4.75. Folks within my morning mentorship group have already played this as well. I've gotten in, and so it's been a great mover so far. I anticipate that this is going to go well beyond this. I think $4.30 is on the cheap side for PRED. Lots of things to cover here. I'm not going to be able to go over all of it tonight, but I will say that I think PRED is not going to only be a stock to watch this week, but it's going to be a stock to watch probably for this year and maybe even beyond. And here's why. So they have they're involved in the biopharma group or industry. Looking at the latest news that they had here, this is what really kind of got me excited in the first place. So if we go down here to their most recent PR, Predictive Technology signs letter of intent with IQVIA to begin clinical trials for osteoarthritis of the knee. The company will work with the FDA to determine if the FDA will accept current safety data from over 75,000 patients previously treated with CoreSight. That's their product, their stem cell product. And no issues. 75,000 patients previously treated with CoreSight. And they're uplisting the NASDAQ. Once the NASDAQ money starts rolling in, we know how that can respond, especially something coming from the OTCs. This is probably one of the stronger OTC plays I've seen in a long time. Just to give you perspective too, IQVIA is trading at over $130 a share. So lots of value to be had here with PRED. And I think it's going to be a much longer term type of play. Having said that, going to the website, you can look and see some of the management that they have on board. And all you got to do is just Google these guys. Jay Moyes, you can just find him on LinkedIn. Over 30 years of management and leadership experience throughout his career. You can see where he's been. Huge names here as well. Next one would be Johnny Sorrentino. Lots of other, and he's another huge name within the biopharma industry. With links to Pfizer and the like. Next one would be, is this one, what did I have pulled up here? Executive Director, Bradley Carling. Why was I looking at this one? The Art Guide. Another big name here. There's just huge names within PRED that I think that this is not going away anytime soon. There's just a lot of other good information and good due diligence. If you just went and did some simple researching, there's a lot of good stuff going on with PRED, not just from the product side, but all the big names that are involved in this, people that took pay cuts to get involved in the management group here. I just think PRED is going to be a really great stock, long term. Short term, how would you play this one? It's already gone up quite considerably. Where can we see this going from here? Well, if we look at the chart, we're going to still try to identify reasonable entries. Okay, reasonable entries. So we're going to look to try to identify a support area. So we're going to look at PRED. And it looks like perhaps maybe 412 could be a good area to try to get in that area. Now, I'm not saying exactly 412 is exactly where you need to buy in at, but I think that could be a good spot if it comes back down to that area. We identified that last week as that being a potential spot, and most of us got in around that area that weren't in already. I would even say 416. Beyond that, I would say probably 420. As you can see, it closed at 430, already had highs of 475, and it really kind of did look pretty overextended at that point. So it was nice to see it come back down and at least get reconsolidated. You can see that it's seen some pretty decent consolidation here on the chart as well. Bollinger Bands are tightening up. RSI's cooled way off. So it looks like it could be prepared to do another move, especially if there's more press releases and catalysts coming out for PRED. So I know I went over a lot of stuff there. Let me see what's going on. Hopefully everybody's seeing me okay. Can a company in the OTC post the AK but not on the OTC markets? Not really. No, I've never sthink that. I don't know if I've seen an AK get posted and not seen on OTC markets. I'm not saying that it can't happen, but I can't say I've seen that happen. So anyway, PRED, I think it's got a lot of potential here, and I think it's a good long-term play. One to watch out for this week. And again, I think it's one to watch out beyond that, but great things coming with PRED. Next one's going to be, and this is going to be a little bit of a wild card for me, just because there's still limited information, but we talked about ELGL last week within my morning mentorship and within the WeTrade HQ family. Got into this at 37 cents, and it's already pretty much doubled almost. So if it gets to around 75, it will, or over 70, it will. And so what's going on? It's just insane volume. Okay. insane volume, and there's a lot of speculation. And on speculation, sometimes money can be made. I'm not saying that this is going to be a long-term stock just yet. As you can see, it's way overextended. We go on the daily chart, and over the last, what is this, week? 7 full business days, it's just gone insane, completely ballistic on the daily chart. Looking at the 30-minute, it at least was able to kind of find some sort of base around 39.40 cents. And that's what we kind of talked about within my morning mentorship from a technical standpoint. And then it just took off from there. You can see how these Bollinger Bands squeeze right on up. But having said that, even on the 30-minute chart, RSI is pretty spicy. So I would anticipate probably some sort of pullback on ELGL. For right now, it's just a chart play until something else actually materializes. It is worth noting that their verified profile, which has been dark for quite some time, was verified this month, actually this past week. So maybe there's some activity going on with ELGL that's getting people excited. Having said that, share structure doesn't look too shabby. And so, yeah, I think that ELGL could make some good moves if there's actually something here. Like I said, I'm not saying that this should be something that you should just buy into blindly. Do some due diligence, do your technical analysis here. I think that we could definitely see some sort of pullback. If that pullback happens, it probably will come back down to the 48-cent area, allow you to make an opportunity to either make an entry if the momentum is still there, or if you're looking to add to your position, maybe build upon that. If you see more value here for whatever reason, you could do that as well. ELGL was another great home run for us in the morning mentorship and within the WeTrade HQ family. It's been an awesome ride so far. Again, like I said, it's kind of a little bit of a wild card until we can finally determine if anything's going to materialize on this. But it was a great entry nonetheless, specifically because we just played the chart. You know, it was a perfect chart play. Nice little stair stepper it looks like so far. And we'll see if this actually continues or if it will at least try to consolidate a little bit more. My hunch is that it'll probably will. Checking in. Any more questions? Let's see here. Oh, CSOC. Not sure. Not sure about that. Your screen is blurry. Yeah, I think, you know, I'm working on the internet here. So, I mean, the internet I thought was pretty quick. So if you guys are having some issues, maybe try to do what Jesse said and change your settings a little bit. Okay, perfect. All right. Next one is going to be SRDP. SRDP, one that we've talked about within the WeTrade HQ fam for quite some time, 10 and 11 cent area. And I know folks that within the morning mentorship that got in well below that in 5 cent area. Only all it's done ever since then has gone up 52-week high after 52-week high of 23 cents as of the close on Friday. Now, this is just following right along with the hype that is the cryptocurrency space right now. It's starting to become a little bit more relevant. Bitcoin is as well. Now, Bitcoin has had a significant pullback from its recent highs, but you know, that's just kind of what Bitcoin does. What's SRDP doing? Well, they recently had a potential reverse merger going on here with BHPA. Did a little bit more digging here. BHPA.io is a Asian company. They have over 100,000 miner positions. And so this could be a potential huge merger for something like SRDP. I don't think SRDP is going to be SRDP much longer. Looking at security details from what we do have, I would assume that outstanding shares is somewhere around, or the float is somewhere around 85 million. I always like to try to err on the side of caution, you know, if I don't know the exact float. And so even at 85 million, that is nothing. If the OS is, if the entire float is outstanding shares, that is still nothing. And that's kind of why we've seen this move on pretty low volume. And I think it's flying under the radar quite a bit. But for those of us who are able to see this due diligence, I talked about this in some of my midday market recaps, and it's just been a monster stock up to this point. Will it continue? Well, that remains to be seen, especially with how Bitcoin has been having a little bit of a pullback. We'll see if this starts to react with Bitcoin as well. But I think there's a lot more here than just it moving based off of whatever Bitcoin is doing. So I think that SRDP is going to be another nice little mover. going into the next week as attention starts to be focused on this a little bit more, given all that BHPA is doing. Hash power. Listen, I'm not somebody who is very knowledgeable about cryptocurrency, and I've been pretty vocal about that. But for me, it's like, you just follow the money. And with cryptocurrency and Bitcoin becoming a little bit more relevant nowadays, especially within recent weeks, I think that this company, given all that they do have within the U.S. and Canada as well, I think that it's going to be a pretty decent mover if this reverse merger actually indeed does happen. So be on the lookout for that. QPRC, we've talked about this one, old friend QPRC. Still see a lot of potential in this one. It has pulled back a little bit this week. We've gone over a lot of due diligence on QPRC and why I see so much value in this, especially from a long-term perspective. Been talking about this now since the end of March, and all it's done is gone up 400%, and now has come back down to a little bit of a pullback. I had highs of around 4 cents. 4 cents seems to be a really strong resistance for QPRC, and it pulled back to 3.2. I think that we could still see a nice little push up next week, especially if the mediation between them and Amazon proves positive results. I think that, that next catalyst could really send this thing. I'm not concerned about this at all, given the pullback from 4 cents to 3.2. Really not concerned with that. I'm just looking to add to the dips and see where the consolidation is to make educated and informed decisions on that. We've talked about this within Morning Mentorship as well. That 3.1 seemed to be a pretty strong support. It has fallen below that on a couple wicks and some idiot market sell here, and that's kind of really it. It really likes that strong support at 3.1. If it starts to break that, that might be a cause for concern, and then may have to end up looking for another support here right around 2 cents flat. That's the next kind of area that actually looks pretty solid if it can't, for whatever reason, sustain 3.1. What else we got? Just checking in with you guys, seeing how you all are doing. And all right, so QPRC is just an awesome play all around. Yeah, I think so too. It's been so strong over the last 6 or 7 weeks, and I can't say enough about it. Speaking of something that I can't say enough about, I wanted to go ahead and pull this up as well, BMMJ. And I warned people about this. ACB, which is Aurora Cannabis, has strong ties to BMMJ. I felt as if the reaction to ACB's poor earnings results would probably impact BMMJ a little bit, and it did. And it did just that, just a little bit. It wasn't anything crazy. I felt like, BMMJ was and still is a very strong stock. Obviously, we were able to capitalize on this strong dip here. I still think there's a lot of potential for BMMJ to continue here once the initial reaction of the poor earnings results kind of wears off, and that's really all that is. I tell folks all the time, if you're making plays based off of earnings, you're basically just playing Russian roulette. You might as well just go gamble your money away. People already equate penny stocks to gambling as it is. Earnings plays are just as bad, if not worse. So given that, I still think that there's a lot going good with BMMJ. We've done this at length, gone to over due diligence and why there's so much value with this. And all it does is continue to just show up and keep on giving. And the stock, it's just so strong. I mean, you're looking at the 30-minute chart already. Given from its lows on the first dip that we saw on this one, it's still showing a really nice trend. I can't say enough good things about it. Can't say enough good things about it. Yes, you did, Alan. 1,000%. You've had 2,000% runners now since joining WeTrade HQ. So, very nicely done. I can't find a better YouTube listen on a Sunday night drive. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate that a lot. Yeah, run from earnings now. That's probably a smart decision. LFAP on the 10Q. I actually didn't get a chance to look at LFAP in the 10Q. So I know that LFAP did have a 10Q, and there's some mixed opinions about that. Let's take a look at the 30-minute chart. So it closed. Now I'm just going off the cuff here. Closed at 1175. And I believe it came out with 10Q after hours. And so please forgive me that I have not been able to have a chance to look at this between traveling and packing and all that good stuff. But let me pull it up here. I'm actually going to go to a different browser because for whatever reason, it doesn't like it on that browser. So let's see. All right, 10Q came out. Now, what's the cause for concern? That way I can go directly to it. Hey, thanks, Alan. I appreciate that, man. I can. Well, come on over, man. We'll get you a shirt. Page 7. All right, page 7. Where's page 7? Page 7. Nature of business. Going concern. I'm assuming that's probably what it is. Third-party funding to clear debts. I mean, that's not unheard of. I mean, I'm not quite sure what the big issue is here. The company audited condensed consolidation. Financial statements have been prepared in conformity. Let's see. I'll tell you what. All right. Issuance of okay. The company unaudited condensed consolidated financial statements have been prepared in conformity with the general accepted account principles GAAP, which contemplates our continuation as ongoing concern. We have incurred losses to date of $5,500,960. $5.5 million have negative working capital. To date, we found our operations through advances from related parties. We intend to raise additional funding through third-party equity or debt financing. There is no certainty that funding will be available as needed. These factors are substantial. So it doesn't necessarily say that they're going to, for sure, add more convertible debt. So I don't know. I'm sure there probably will be an emotional reaction to LFAP, as there always is. But nowhere here does it say that it's going to be in the form of convertible debt. And here's the thing. So, yeah, see, that's why I did that. So looking at LFAP, it already bounced off of its support levels here and came back. And here's my thoughts on LFAP. Okay? So I think LFAP probably will have a negative reaction tomorrow. That's just kind of my thoughts on LFAP. But, having said that, I think that there's going to be opportunities for you to potentially add. I still think the LFAP is going to have some pretty strong moves going into June. Remember that June is actually, a gay pride month. So LFAP, LGBTQ Loyalty Holdings, that's the company. They're an ETF for the LGBTQ. I think that going into June, that there's got to be a positive move for LFAP moving forward, even if they're looking at third-party debt. First of all, they didn't say that it was going to be in convertible debt. Second of all, there's very few OTCs that don't have convertible debt. It's really just a matter of how they choose to convert that debt. Are they going to convert it just to dump on everybody, or are they going to do it in a way that's actually going to be beneficial to folks? So I think that, from a long-term perspective, I still like LFAP. From a short-term perspective, it may be a little bit rocky here this week for LFAP, no doubt. Okay, I wouldn't worry about it though all that much. Let me fix this here real quick. Hold on one sec, guys. I want to be able to see what you're saying. I'm sure you do too. Let's take care of that. There we go. How about that? All right. So it's not as bad as it sounds. I wouldn't say that it's as bad as it sounds. No. The reason for being is because, like I said, it's not. They didn't say they were going for sure into convertible debt. Maybe it's just a standard loan. We don't know. And I don't think it's it would be wise to just react because of that. Right, and to Jesse's point, it makes sense. If LPAT's going to get traction, it's going to be during that time. I think the CEO is going to be working like crazy during that month. I mean, why wouldn't you take advantage? If you're an LGBTQ ETF, and that's the direction you're headed, why wouldn't you take advantage of probably one of the most important months of your business? So that would be why I would think that LFAP probably it's going to at least get some more momentum, more attention, and maybe more dollars in its general direction come June. Yeah, I would probably do the same thing, Joker. I would sit back. If you're not in LFAP right now, I'll be sitting back and watching to see how it reacts this week. And if you see potential in there, obviously looking for reasonable support levels based off of technical analysis to be able to make an educated decision on entering into that if you continue to see value on that. So the tower it didn't light up. I figured it would light up, but it hasn't. I thought I was going to be like, oh, check that out. Look at this. But it hasn't lit up. There's a lot of other cool lights out here, though, guys. So I'm excited. I'm excited to be here in Toronto. And that's going to be it for me. So if you guys like this video, I certainly would appreciate a thumbs up, which I did not do in the beginning of the video. I keep trying to remind people just to give me some thumbs up. I don't know how many people are tuning in right now, but hopefully we can get some folks in. I know you guys are commenting so much on my son. I was out on a boat. I tried to put some sunscreen on. And I'm pretty much almost tan. I didn't really get burned all that much. It's just my big freaking forehead. But thanks anyways, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please subscribe to this channel if you want to see more content such as this. I also have content focused on business, how to run your business, how to create an online presence, all of that good stuff. So be sure to check out my channel for that as well. And that is it for me. As always, I will see you all before the bell for my morning mentorship, folks. I will see you at 9 a.m. And as always, I will see you all before the bell. B Smith is out. See you guys.